Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Herkelman, and today I'll be sharing with you my journey with PassivePicks Investments. And so a little bit about me. I just graduated from the University of Iowa with a degree in actuarial science and economics and a minor in mathematics, statistics, and business administration. Ever since I was a kid, I've had a huge love and passion for math. And during my senior year, I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to go to DePaul's Actuarial Science Boot Camp. And after that week, I was sold. I thought I wanted to become an actuary for the rest of my life. And so I spent the next 4 years studying actuarial science and passing actuarial exams. And so last summer, I got to work at RLI as an intern. It's a local insurance company based in Peoria, Illinois. And during that time, I got to meet a bunch of really amazing people, but I also learned 3 really valuable things throughout the course of my internship. The first thing that I learned was that I did not want to spend the next 6 to 10 years of my life studying and passing for actuarial exams. The next thing I learned was I didn't want to sit in front of a computer and do Excel for 8 hours a day. And the final thing that I learned was that while I knew the work that I was doing was helping the company, I couldn't really see the fruits of my labor, in that it wasn't instantly rewarding like I would want the work that I was doing to be. And so I had a job offer last fall from RLI, and I turned it down in the spring so I could pursue PassivePicks Investments full-time. And so what is PassivePicks Investments? What PassivePicks Investments is we are a sports handicapping company. For those of you who may not be familiar with the terminology, me and my dad have developed a data-driven algorithm to predict the future score of sports games. We'll find the best sports bets and we'll send them out in an email for our clients to bet on with their own money. And so what is the problem that we're trying to solve? As a lot of you may know, the economy is currently in a bear run. Stock, crypto, and real estate are all struggling investments, and people are looking for a way to make passive income. And the solution to that is through sports betting. Because sports betting has no ties to the struggling economy, it is 100% recession and inflation proof. With sports betting, you don't need any experience or knowledge needed, which means you don't need to know who the quarterback is of the Miami Dolphins to be able to bet on the Miami Dolphins. And with us, what you can do is you can save up some cash and then allocate that to other sectors come the next bull run. And so a little bit into designing the algorithm, me and my dad, which is the photo on the left, have been working on this algorithm for a few years now. And while I can't really show any photos of the algorithm, I do have a photo of the results from one of the days. This is from June 5th, where we actually went 8-0 in predicting the money lines for each baseball game that day. And so how do we work as a company? And I broke it down into 3 different steps that I'm going to go into more detail. The first one is purchasing a package, then receiving the email, and then placing the bets. So first off, purchasing a package. We have a variety of different packages that range from 1 week all the way up to 1 year. We alter our package price point based on your answer to the question that we asked via Instagram DMs, which is how much do you bet per game? Because we're not going to charge a $5 better the same as someone that bets $1,000 a game. And so our prices range from, our cheapest is $100 for a week, all the way up to $5,000 for 1 year. We also offer a buy one, get one free on all month and year-long packages to first-time clients. The next step is receiving the email. And so this is an example of a typical email you would receive from us on a daily basis, which each email comes with the play, the odds associated via DraftKings, where we get all of our odds from, and the unit sizing. And so what that means is we tell you what percentage of your bankroll you should be betting on each pick. So you're not going to be betting your whole bankroll on any given play. And the final step is placing your bets via a sports book that's legal in your area. And so here's just an example to showcase 2 testimonials that we've had from real clients over the past 6 months. And so when a lot of people hear sports betting, they think of gambling and losing and parlays, but we don't view it that way. We view sports betting as an investment that will make you a steady stream of income over time. And so while it may be a little cheesy to say, but we're not just making money, but we're also changing lives as well. And so what makes us different from our competitors? The first thing is we have a 65 to 70% win rate, which is higher than any other competitor in the industry. We also are 100% transparent. So if you go to our Instagram page on @PassivePicks, we will post every single play every day for 100% transparency, which is something that no other competitor in the sphere does. We also will send out plays a few hours in advance, which will give you enough time to get your bets in so you're not scrambling last minute. And we take good odds on each pick, which means you're not going to lose your whole bankroll when a huge favorite gets upset by an underdog. We also have excellent customer service, and so one thing that we like to do is we will check in with our clients via DM or call every quarter or month or so and just see how they're doing with our package. And so here's just a few brief numbers. We've been in operation for around 6 months. We just hit over 90K in net sales, and we currently have 92 active clients. That should be 94 because we closed 2 deals within the past day. And so we have clients ranging from New York to California to there's one in Chicago, all the way down to Florida. So what's next for us? We're looking at venturing into other social media streams. We just opened a Discord last week. We're on Twitter now and looking to get on TikTok as well. We also will be performing our quarterly analysis where we take a look at the picks that we've sent out and how our algorithm has done and see what we can do better, what we can improve upon, and what we've done well. And then looking at potential accelerators post-incubator. So once the University of Iowa Startup Accelerator wraps up this July, we will be looking at potential accelerators down the line as well. And so how can you help? The best way is through conversation. And so I'm looking to talk to people with experience in marketing, as that's one of my weak spots. Also, anyone that has experience in sports betting to get some more customer discovery done. And then anyone that has experience or knowledge with potential accelerators that would be maybe a good fit for me or maybe not a good fit for me. And then just anyone in general. I believe I can learn something from everyone, and so I would love to have a conversation if you're open for it. And so thank you for letting me share my story with you guys today, and I'll open the floor to any questions.
All right, questions?
How do you find your customers?
So right now we do via Instagram, and we run advertisements on Instagram. And so we have selective targeting ads where we target males 21 to 65 that live in America that have an interest in sports, investments, and betting as well.
So are you the sports betting expert? Like you're into sports a lot, or how are you determining your picks?
Yeah, so my dad has helped me with, he's been watching sports his whole life, and so he knows what factors to look for, especially with baseball is the one we're really working on right now because it's the longest season and it's the most predictable sport. So he helps with the factors, and I use kind of my background with data and statistics to build the algorithm. But he's the key in determining what factors work and what don't, per se. But I will say we also look at what goes well and what we can improve upon in managing those factors and how big of a role they play.
Do people choose what kind of sports they want to have you put their money into, or is it they completely hands off, you do whatever you want?
We only do 6 sports right now, so we do the big 4, so basketball, hockey, football, and baseball. And then we do college football and college basketball. So those are the only sports that we cover. People have been asking for tennis and UFC, and so we'll give a few picks from time to time, but those are the big 6 that we focus on right now.
If you go out and get investment funding or equity, some kind of venture funding, what would you use the money for?
So I would be looking to onboard more employees to handle the day-to-day operations, and so I can focus more on the big picture. So right now, I handle all the business stuff and then the algorithm with my dad, but my dad just helps on the algorithm only. So I'm doing everything from marketing to running ads to dealing with customers via DM. And so having people to take care of the little stuff would be huge. And then also looking to automate the algorithm. And so right now the algorithm is only through Excel. And so we're looking to get people on board to potentially code it where we can just pull the data automatically and it can spit out the results for each game.
Yeah, so follow-up question related to that. I mean, what are your impediments to scaling?
Wait, what?
what what problems do you have to solve to scale this to 10 or 1,000 or a million times?
And so the good thing about this company is it's rather scalable, as we just have to add someone to an email list. So I guess the biggest thing would just be getting that initial investment to get employees, get a potential office space, and then really getting enough people to be able to take this off, because a lot of bigger companies in the sphere have tons of sales reps and people to do marketing and people to focus on customer problems and different things like that. And so it would be rather easy to scale, but there are just those initial costs that we have to overcome. Yeah.
Do you know your average ROI per year, per month? Does that change a lot? Is it pretty consistent?
We haven't had a losing month yet, but our average ROI monthly is around 19.1%. And that's assuming that it's the total amount that you've won over the total amount that you've risked. Some people calculate it where it's just what percentage of your bankroll. And so we have one unit as 2%, but we've made over 200 units this year. And so if you look at ROI from that way, it's probably over 200%. So it just depends on how you look at it.
So you're thinking about maybe accelerators, maybe whatever after the program. Have you started looking into like what part of the country maybe you'd be interested in moving to? Because there's no accelerator program in Iowa City, so you'd have to leave. What are your thoughts?
So I'm not exactly sure. After the summer, I'm going to move back home to Peoria for a little while, and then try to save up some cash and figure out what exactly I want to take this. Ideally, maybe located in Chicago, especially because Illinois in the Midwest is pretty. A lot of the states in the Midwest are legal for sports betting, versus I know Florida, DraftKings is currently banned. California is banned as well. So being able to try to locate in some of those bigger states where sports betting isn't legal yet, it should be in the next few years, would be a little bit of a challenge.
Can you hear me now? Any other questions? All right. I guess I will ask our traditional final question. What can we as the community do to help you?
Just if you guys know any resources with accelerators or anyone with experience in marketing or sports betting to just get some more customer discovery done, that would be much appreciated. I would love to talk to anyone in those areas.
All right. Let's give Andrew a hand.